Yo, we live. You're now listening to Volume 167 of the Bucket Up Podcast. Here with your boy Ty Doyle, aka TJ Buttersauce, aka Ty Lante, aka your mom called me over for some summertime fun. And I'm here as always with the homie, the kid JB. Was good.
Yes, that's me. Hand that over. It's legal now. It's me, the kid JB. Could have been right last week, aka Mr. Told You So. Not because I'm always right. That's not the case. But when I'm right, I have to say, hey, yo, you, come here. I was right. Remember that thing we talked about, and it panned out to be the way I forecasted it. But yeah, man, living good. Like I alluded to, Puff Armstrong in the house, getting my jumps on, foot recovery, and getting lifted medically. But yeah, man, we good. Back in the mix. We let this last pod cook a little bit because of technical difficulties that kind of helped smooth out the universe that is the Bucket Up Podcast, organic chemistry, oriented and laced with love. But yeah, I'm happy to be here with my man DJ Buttersauce. How you doing, son?
I'm good, man. And yeah, it probably was a good thing we took a little week off since it was Memorial Day and people, either probably didn't have work on Monday, and so give you a little time to catch up on that last pod. But I'm good, bro. I said on the last pod I had got a new job. Literally Friday was my last day at the old spot.
Cheer.
Yeah, shout out to them. I mean, no job is perfect. You know what I'm saying? It's the Batman quote every time. It's like
Batman's hold on. Batman's job was perfect. So relax.
No, I'm just saying, but I'm more saying like you either love your job or you there long enough for
to be the villain.
Long enough for either you or them to be the villain. But no, I'm grateful for my time there. I feel like if not only just for like obviously working and experience and all that like bullshit you should put on a LinkedIn page, but I met your ass there. I met a whole bunch of people I'm like gonna be friends with forever there, and so I'm grateful as shit for that because like I feel like sometimes people work with people and it you either get to a job and it's like everything's great, obviously the work and the people, but then a lot of times you got a job and it's like it's what you want to do, but the motherfuckers you work with you like and sometimes you had a job and it's like the job is kind of up and down but like everybody you work with is fucking fire and everybody understands like what it is, and so I just obviously I enjoyed that. I met so many cool ass people there, but that chapter's over. I'm moving on to something else. Start my new job tomorrow. By the time y'all listen to this, I would already done.
You got another job.
I had a day or two. Yeah. I probably done put a day or two into my new spot. So it's cool. So yeah, that was cool. Had to drop all my shit off. It was very anticlimactic, me dropping my stuff off, and it's like because I've been at home so long, like nobody in the office like or anybody I knew from when I was last there. So it was like, hey, I'm leaving. And it's like other people like, who the fuck is this guy? So
you better leave. We don't know who you are. Come on.
Yeah, it's like okay, you worked here. Like I think I've never met the front desk lady because she was hired in the pandemic. So it was like I come in, she sees me with a computer. She's like, oh, and a baby. He's like, oh, I guess he might work here, but I've never seen this dude.
She's on the phone with security. She's like, this black man stole a baby and the computer, but he said he's leaving.
Bringing it in here.
He's saying but he's saying that he's saying his goodbyes. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, like please get here, please hurry. But yeah, so yeah, that was cool. Whatever, and then kind of had a chill night. Was watching Baby Tegan. Shouts to Baby Tegan.
Toddler Tegan now, probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Tyler. More than Tyler. I don't even know. What is 3?
Teenager.
3 still a toddler.
Teenager too.
Yeah, he's a preteen. He's a preteen now. But yeah, did that. Got some more burrito tacos on Friday.
You're hooked now. Damn, you lapped me.
Oh, we didn't know what to get, and I'm like, I can just go get some burrito tacos, but I'm at the spot and I'm ordering. I'm like, hey, can I get the last time I got to order a burrito tacos? They gave me 3 burrito tacos in the au jus. I'm like, all right, cool. And then this time I was like, hey, can I get 2 orders of the burrito tacos? And can I get 2 orders of gorditas? And I'm like, I ain't never had a gordita, so I'm like, I'm wondering what that is. And she hands me my bag, and I look at it, and I'm like, yeah, this ain't the right order. This shit can't be right, bro. I don't know what this is. But I'm like, I ain't want to, it was already like a language barrier, so I was just like, fuck it, I'll just take the L. And I just saw a food truck on the way back, so I just stopped and got some churros and some more tacos. I'm like, this ain't enough. And then I get home, and she gave me, instead of 2 orders of 3 burrito tacos, she literally gave me only 2 burrito tacos for me and Katie to split. And then I asked for 2 gorditas. She gave me 2 burritos. And I'm like, what?
Sounds like a barrier.
I don't know what I'm going to have to do next time I go because I'm like, them shit still hit. So I'm going to have to figure that out.
I'll pull up with you, bro. You know my Spanish be type strong, son.
I mean, I took 7 years of Spanish, but I'm like, I ain't never been confident.
This ain't the schoolyard shit, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah. I ain't never been confident enough to be like, oh, yeah, I speak Spanish, even being like, un poquito. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Then they like, they rattle it off. I'm like, yeah, dog, I lost you, bro. I don't know. I got Biblioteca and and Donde Estás in my holster. That's all I got, bro. Shit. But yeah, so yeah, it was just that, and then I don't even remember what the fuck I did yesterday. Like, I think I just kind of cool, watching basketball. Fuck, what did I do? I feel like I did something, but maybe I didn't. I don't even know. Nah, I think I just chilled at the crib. But how was your weekend, bro?
It was cool. I was gonna say, back to you leaving your job. I mean, we have everything on the Bucket Up podcast. There's always things connected. Like you said, I used to work there, but we have both avenues. You selectively removed yourself from that job. I was fired. So shouts to like, we have both extremes, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely walked out that building less gracefully than you did, you know what I'm saying? But but yeah, that was years ago. But yeah, again, I was grateful for that spot because without it, the world wouldn't have the best podcast there is, which is Bucket Up Pod. So, exactly. Like you said, sometimes it rains, but then you get rainbows. So, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. So my weekend was cool, man. I can't remember. Did we do the pod since I got my second vaccine? No, we didn't.
No,
because I remember making jokes about
rhetorical.
I was making jokes with Spencer about only getting 1 shot. So let's bring it back to my second shot, bro.
2 shots.
We out here. What was LMAFO or whatever? Shots.
Oh, okay. I'm like, who? Okay, yeah. I know. I remember them.
Yeah.
They took over a year.
Or Lil Wayne, 2 shots of whatever. 2 shots of whatever. Anyway, 2 shots of Moderna was on the menu. 1 shot, I guess. We already got that. I pull up.
Did that shit hit you, bro? I feel like you texted me and said you was struggling, my guy.
What does Lil Baby say? I pull up. Or nah, the baby, I pull up. So I went there, man. I showed up at my appointment. Of course, it's an hour later. I'm like, cool, this sucks. I go, bro. I get my second shot. I will say, man, the lady like sucked at giving the shot. She straight like wound up punch and popped me in my shit. Like it was like it was an extreme sport or something. I was like, yo, lady, it doesn't need to be all that. Like, why don't you just give it to me like it's a booster shot at a day camp or some shit? So she pricks me, and I was like, all right, that's a little much, but I'll be chilling. So now she's like, you gotta wait 15 minutes. And I was like, all right.
Yeah.
I was like, cool, what do you want to talk about? She's like, well, no, I'm leaving. She walked out.
Like, just be on your phone like everybody else, bro.
I thought I was ready to talk about the Yankees rotation or something. So, my boy actually that works at that doctor's office, that's where I went. He wasn't working that day, but he was texting me, how you feeling? I was like, yeah, I'm straight, blah, blah, blah. I will say the soreness of the arm was prevalent the first shot and the second shot. Like, I like to sleep. Yeah, now we got visuals. I sleep like this, like with my arm extended with the pillow here. And after that shot, I couldn't do that because like the pressure on the arm just was like, nah. Especially this lady treating my arm like a what's that called? A javelin? when you just stab that shit in the ground.
She stuck away. She did a dart in your arm.
Yeah, nah. She was running track and field and like shit, stabbed my shit. So. So there was that. But then, dude, I'll be real. I think the microchip started activating overnight or something. And holy shit, bro, in buckets. I'm not gonna lie. I felt horrible the next day. Horrible.
Bill Gates had that shit percolating,
Son,
bro.
I was what they say out with symptom like flu-like symptoms. Fam, I'm not gonna. I didn't cough or sneeze or have any discharge or any actual like residue of these symptoms, but I was going through it, man. And when I have I did have a fever. I had like 100-something fever. When I have a fever, my legs, bro, have the worst restless leg, like itchy, annoying feeling, fam. You just want to like jump out of a window. So I was dealing with that all day, on top of feeling like this. And I'm working, and I'm like, "Hi, how's your day going?" And I'm like, I don't know what to expect.
Shit took off, bro.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I can power through it. And then I felt horrible, bro. And the worst part was it was coming in waves. Because there was times where it went away, and I was like, oh, yeah, we back, vaccinated, what we doing? And then I stood up, I was like, whoa, all right. All right, just kidding. We back to earth. And then, so that was out for the whole day, bro. Usually when I'm sick, I don't have an appetite or whatever, because there's, like I said, there's the nose and the mouth and the gurglies going on. But I didn't have any of that, so I did luckily get to still eat and rock normally. That was cool. But I just...
Did you drink a lot? That was like the thing I was...
Yeah, you told me to. You were like, bro, chug shit. And I was like, man, my man said so. And I was like on this heavy.
Yeah, I had the alkaline water. I don't know, because I'm not... I think anybody knows me, I'm like not on that woo-woo shit. So I'm like, alkaline water feel like woo-woo shit to me anyway. Like it's just a lie. Like, they're like, oh man, it has alkaline and minerals. It's like, what minerals?
It's an alkali.
Like every water has like some sort of minerals in it. Like what mineral? Like people just use. It's like when people say like, yeah, take your vitamins. Like what vitamins? You know what I mean?
Your vitamins. Don't take my
vitamins.
Shit.
Like okay,
don't you dare take.
Like what are vitamins? You ask somebody like, what does vitamins do? They're like, it's it helps.
They just start naming the letters. That's what they say. A, B,
yeah, like
C,
vitamin D and D, vitamin C in you. Like,
sometimes E.
Like what is that?
And Y if in a sentence. Sometimes.
Exactly. Like, what does the C even stand for, bro? Do you know? But like, so I, but somebody was like, yeah, do alkaline water, and so that's what I drank. Because I had the same. I didn't seem like I was as down bad as you. I just felt super duper fatigued. Like I felt like I had gotten into a fight the day before with Tyson, and like he obviously whipped my ass, and like I was just like kind of like sore. My back was sore, and like you know what I mean. It felt like I got worn out, bro.
That was you equating it to being like, yo, I could mess with Tyson on a good day, but on a bad
no, it wasn't me messing with Tyson.
On a bad day, I got beat up by Tyson. That's what you told me.
Nah, it was
me.
I mean, we could
what. Because that's what I'm hearing.
We could be like, I felt like Nate Robinson after with a Logan Paul, Jake Paul rock this shit. That's
usually I feel like Nate Robinson in the dunk contest. That's what I'm getting at. But this time I was sleeping on the mat. But no, I feel you, dude. But it was horrible, and your brain goes crazy. So I start being like, yo, why did I do this? Yo, I only did this to appease other people so I can go.
Wow.
So I could see them. And I could travel, I've been on quarantine anyway. Why I gotta do all this? And I was like, going through it. But then I was like, nah.
Damn, you was on full anti-vax mode, huh?
I was snapping out of it. And then, the next day I felt fine. But it was
like, oh wait, I'm good,
dude. It was fucking. It was horrible. Like it was so bad. And I was just like, I felt like the kid in that YouTube video of, when it comes back from the dentist and he's like, is this going to be forever? Like that. That's exactly how I thought. So, but now vaxxed up, we vaccinated, baby. Like I said, I would have taken the selfie with the card, but I traded it in at Dave & Buster's. I got 50 tokens for it. So we lived.
Wait, what? Rolling it back though. That's wild. One, are you like 2 weeks post? I don't even like shot or what it is.
Let's do the math. I got my second shot on the 25th of May. Shouts to my niece's birthday.
Nah, so you probably like a week and some change.
Relax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nah, I'm not fully. 13, 14.
Yeah,
Wednesday, I'll be fully.
week 2.
But shouts to my best friend, Jillian. She's in town. Got to see her and the kids.
Mhm.
Dope. She's a nurse. She was telling me that in dealing with a lot of COVID patients, she's saying that 80 to 90% of your vaccination comes within the second shot. And that incubation period is more for your recovery and shit.
Oh, I don't know.
But because I told her, because I came forth with her. I was like, yo, I know you're in town. I want to see you, but I haven't gotten that 15 days since my second shot or whatever. And she's like, well, did you get your second shot? I was like, yeah. She's like, all right, well then most of the threat to the outside world is, her, anything that would happen would be to you,
Yeah, I'm like, you 2 days left. It's probably like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like, you're more covered than you ain't. You know
I get hit by a bus on that first day. I'm like, damn, son. Irony. Damn, bro. Lannis Morissette, where you at?
Damn, bro.
Yeah, so.
But I was going to say, obviously it sucked like right after, but it's like, then you're like, oh, wait, motherfuckers had symptoms like this for like months.
Yeah, I was going to say, if this was the virus, then yeah, getting the shot was way worse, or way better. You know what I'm saying? Like, my hat goes up. It's weird. I don't want to say thoughts and prayers, but what's a good substitute for that?
What do you mean? What are we talking about?
The people that died because of COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like,
condolences.
Condolences, yeah, and I feel for that. But I also think that, I would not want that on anybody. That shit was crazy. Yeah. Get the vaccine. But with that, your boy, boom, 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 we back in restaurant reviews, son. It's crazy to think that, like, during COVID, shouts to us, bro, we kept muscling through. I was out here getting waxed on DoorDash dollars and spending thousands of fees, delivery. We back, bro. We went to a restaurant called Original Gravity.
That sounds like some shit I would not like. I'm gonna be real.
You would like it. It was fire.
Okay, it's not like some hipster shit, bro. I'm gonna be real.
I mean, come on. Yeah, you think I'm magnetic to that shit? I just,
I don't. Hey, maybe it's like one of them. For me, I look at it like, if anybody from AZ know about culinary dropout, right?
Yes. Or I think that's a concept that it's in other places.
Yeah, I think the Yard is one, but it's like a culinary dropout. But then like that shit to me is like the most hipster shit ever. Like you walk in there, they got the weird fucking furniture and like weird lighting and like fucking a big ass Bob Marley like fucking mural in that bitch, and it's like, oh my god, dude, like come on, man.
I think that's more of I think it's more cookie cutter. I think the shit you explained to me about back in downtown Phoenix going to a library, that shit's way more.
That's extra hipster, bro. It's like, yo, you should check out this bar that's in a basement. They got a library. It's like none of that. All them words you said together none of them were appealing, dog. Like, why the fuck would I want to be at a bar in a basement smelling like basement and mildew? And then I'm like, oh, it'd be great in this mildew ass basement if I could go somewhere and fucking read.
I haven't finished the 7th chapter in Catcher in the Rye. Let me see if they got it.
Yeah, let me order a whiskey sour in this mildew ass basement and then go read this fucking what's it called? Pride and Prejudice. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Son, we talk about going to the office to bring your laptop. If you go to a bar just to read, I'm smacking the book out your shit.
It's like, and you walk in there and people just in there, like sitting and talking like they could do in the rest of the bar. But it's like
have they never been to a library? You don't talk in a fucking library, son.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to. That doesn't intrigue me. I don't know what you could say that's in a bar that isn't like a bar related thing that would intrigue me. Like, but I know a library would not fucking do it. Like, maybe if you were like, oh, yo, it's like, yo, this bar in this basement is crazy because like they got a room where all they do is make sundaes and it's on the house, and I'm like, hey, that might be fire. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, maybe I shouldn't eat a sundae after I drink a whole bunch of whiskey, but still, I do it.
They'd be like, essentially with the library shit, they're like, yo, they got this bar. It's kind of like school. You go there, they give you a summer reading list. You got to read the books, right? And then you come back and you do a report. And if you don't, you lose money. Like, that sounds horrible. But you got it. But nah, so anyway, tangent. Going back to that restaurant, Original Gravity, Organic Gravity, I don't know what the fuck. Something Gravity. which I guess is true. There was gravity involved. We went and we out here with the vaccine. Joel got our second shot as well, so we vaxxed in this bitch. It's next to our apartment, which we haven't been able to explore since the pandemic. And we went and we're inside and eating it up. But then what's funny is before our food even came, the air conditioning was so fucking cold, bro. And I was like, you know what? Let's go outside. So we ended up eating outside anyway.
There you go.
And so we got the half, I guess, experience. But now let me tell you about this spot, bro. First, we ordered a bunch because it's been a while. So I got the buffalo cauliflower, which I'll be real, bro. That shit tastes like chicken. Like if you were drunk or smacked and you were just like, and someone was just like, yo, shut up, I got you wings, bro. Just here, go be happy. You'd be like, you would face those. You know what I'm saying? They're not. I wouldn't choose them over the wings or say they're better.
They didn't call them wings, right?
No, it was buffalo cauliflower, but it was like
okay,
buffalo.
That's fine.
Yeah.
As long as they don't. My problem isn't like eating vegetables. I know somebody's like they taking vegetables and making them unhealthy, and it's like, okay, why are we doing this? But like, as long as you don't, I don't. My issue with the vegan food is like when they take it and try to call it something else. Like, oh man, it's a cauliflower steak. Like, no. That's just seared cauliflower. Just call it what it is.
Y'all call it the Impossible Burger because it's impossible to get me to try that shit. You know what I'm
saying? Even with the Impossible Burger, at least it looks like a burger and it looked like it could be meat, and so I can see it. But it's like when they try to be like, oh, bro, I made this steak out of beans. And it's like, no, that's just a slab of beans,
fan, you're right. I saw one about on TikTok, and this lady was like, "Today we're eating bacon." I'm like, "All right, bet." Like I thought it was a video about like how a different way to make it or something. And she was like, she almost threw my phone out the window. She started peeling carrots, and she's like, "It's carrot bacon."
Oh my god, bro! Just say you making fried carrots, bro. We don't need we don't need you to pretend that the carrot is bacon.
Like, dude, this goes back to
the whole point of you being vegan is to be like you not eating.
Yeah, you avoiding the bacon. Right.
You should be proud that you just eating like a stegosaurus, bro. That's what you should just be like. Yeah, bro, this is seared carrots. This is what we eating around here because we vegan. I don't need to call it like I don't need to call it a vegan lamb chop, even though it's made out of like Brussels sprouts, bro. Like I don't understand that shit.
I would say it really goes back to who your audience is because just tell me what the fuck you're not making me. Don't lie to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what we say about the pizza shops, bro. Out here, what's the first stop they want to tell us? This is New York pizza. It's like, no, it's not. Why don't you just tell me it's Dave's Pizza from Arizona? Because now you have a fighting chance. You telling me it's just like home? Guess what I'm walking in think it's going to taste like? Just like home. You gave yourself this high expectation, sir. I did it.
Yeah.
So that's what I said. But now, so boom. We're outside. I ordered spicy edamame, which was dope. It was way too salty, though. So had to not eat it as much. Got that. Got the buffalo cauliflower. That was fire. And then got 2 dishes, bro. That's kind of how me and Joel do it. We just order shit and just split it all, And I got the beef brisket sandwich, dude, like a brioche bun.
Sounds good.
Greens on the side because I knew I was getting fries with the other entree. Smashed that, dude. Like I couldn't put it down. Once I picked it up, it was like kind of too good. That was like 10 out of 10 sandwich, bro. It was like crazy good. And it was like a dip too. You dipped it. It was nice. That was that. Then the next thing was steak frites or whatever, which is pretty much just a cut up steak. I don't know. It's a fancy word for like a cut up steak. They cut that shit. But this time they which I've seen it before, but mostly, when you get steak and fries, they put the fries on the side. They did steak. And they shaved the steak in a way that like it kind of was over the fries, but then they did like this garlic butter on top of it all, and the garlic butter kind of got onto the fries, which made it like this potatoey, buttery, like nice combo that I was definitely affiliated with. And
That's fire.
yeah. So all that, and the waiter was funny, man. He got my reference, I got his reference. He came
What does that mean?
he came by because I'm always cracking jokes and trying to make
Oh,
like a
okay.
'90s or like a TV reference or like
I'm like reference. I'm like you guys exchange business cards. What's going on?
oh nah. I'm like, he tied my shoes, I tied his. It was cool.
Yeah, bro.
No, so he came by and like kneeled down. Mind you, I haven't fucked with a waiter like this like in a year and a half, So like, I'm a little sensitive and wet behind the ears. He comes by, bro, and like kneels down like it was a birthday party. So I said that shit. I was like, "Yo, what's up? We having like birthday cake? Like, what's? Doesn't feel like we had a birthday party." And he was just like, all right, well, how? And then like he kind of went along with it. He was like, all right, well, what's your name, little boy? Like that type of shit. I thought it was funny. And then I said something about Coke or Pepsi because I actually prefer Pepsi than Coke. So when I say can I have Coke, I'll say or Pepsi just to beat them to that. If they say is Pepsi okay or Pepsi, we have Pepsi products, I said, you guys, Coke or Pepsi or whatever, and he was like, Coke, not Pepsi. Coke, not Pepsi, which is a Seinfeld reference,
Right.
And I was like, oh, and I started laughing, and he's like, at least you got it, like, and it was cool. So I was like, we back, baby, we back in the restaurant, back making jokes.
Right.
So yeah, I gave him a good tip. It was a good service, good food, man. We never give 10 out of 10s, but yeah, I think the food was like I'd say 8 out of 10. Good service, and we back. And depending on how late this pod runs, I might go to a restaurant tonight. Maybe something a little lower scale, but
that's crazy.
Yeah.
We're taping this at 8:40 at night. So
yeah, probably not. We're probably hitting the Taco Bell. Actually, that sounds dank right now too. Talk about my man. Talk about gorditas and shit.
Were y'all like inside the spot, or y'all like still dining outside, or what's up?
Well, I told you we were inside at first, but it got too cold, so we went outside.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I was out at a restaurant, but it wasn't like, oh man, I can't wait to go out to a restaurant, so I need to go here because I end up at fucking cold beer and cheeseburger to watch the Suns beat the Lakers in Game 6.
Which I told you would happen, man. Fuck the Lakers.
Oh, okay.
This is the only dude in the universe is mad that his team won. All right.
I'm not mad at my team won. I'm like, I'm happy. I'm very happy my team won. I was fucking hype as shit. Yeah. But yeah, nah. So we go to fucking cold beer and cheeseburgers. So I watched it with some of the homies. And like I asked for a table outside. And I don't know why, but like they're like, okay, your table's ready, and they like lead us. They're like going to lead us to the door outside, and then the lady just turns and like drops it off at the table inside, and we're like, what?
Like look, she's like maybe she thought you meant like looking outside.
I ain't even know. And then I just like, hey, y'all cool with this? I mean, if y'all cool, I guess it's whatever, because we were all vaccinated, so we're like, whatever, I guess. And they had like by the bar, they had like all the like. They had like garage doors that were like open, so it was like ventilated. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, whatever, bro. We'll just watch. They got more TVs inside anyway, and it's air conditioned. Whatever. They ain't had no mixers on outside, so I'm like, whatever. We could just rock in here. So that was but it's like it's Buffalo. It's not Buffalo. It's like a little bit above Buffalo Wild Wings. Have you ever been to Cold Beer and Cheeseburger?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's better than them, but it ain't like what I'm saying. It's not like, oh man, that should be my first spot I'm gonna go to out of a restaurant, you know what I'm saying? But I did hit up a brunch spot, shouts to Yoke Cafe, for Memorial's Day. They over by me in North Phoenix. But we ate outside there, but they got some fire ass pancakes. They got like lemon, I forgot the hell it's called, lemon something pancake, and they got like a banana maple pecan joint. That's fucking fire. So I would say check that out. But I'm glad that you went out to a restaurant for the first time after everything and getting vaccinated, and you didn't have a terrible time, because then that would have been like, all right, we back.
We on brand.
Yeah. But that's what's up.
I'm hyped, and I'm like I said, this week I'll be fully vaxxed, so you can start sending these invitations to these adventures you've been going on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I'm not going on too many, but yeah.
Sounds lit. Oh, more than over here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Nah.
But yeah, nah, that it was dope, man. Like I said, the vaccine led to seeing some family. I got to see, um, I always show on Instagram my nephew Emmerich, and he's the son of my best friend Jillian, so he's more of my godson than my nephew. And they had a new baby that I haven't been able to see because of the pandemic, but they came in town finally to visit, and um, Emmerich, man, he's a little funny 3-year-old, bro. He loves Elmo, so I bought this Elmo shirt that kind of looks like Elmo trying to dress up like me. He's got these big ass glasses and a hat, and so I rocked the shirt, and I was like, "Yo, Emmerich, do you like the shirt?" My man flamed me. He said, "I don't like the shirt."
Yeah, bro, that's what they at that age. They don't even care.
Yeah,
Bro.
I was like, so, but now he came around to it, and he was just like, "You're so funny, Uncle Jesse." I'm like, "There it is," and that it was a good time. I showed you a couple that I have this like Tetris light that you can stack different blocks, and based on how you stack it, there's different colors and stuff. I handed that toy down to him for Christmas or Hanukkah, and he loved it, bro. He was like, lit, no pun intended, and he was like building blocks the whole next day. Wouldn't put it down, so it was a hit. Uncle Jesse out here with the win, um, and yeah, so that was good. Trying to think. Oh yeah, that's what it was though. Yeah, I pulled up with the drip. You know what I'm saying? I've been a little, trigger happy on the Amazon. I've been up in the sneaker purchase. You know what I'm saying? We got some visuals. I can show off a little bit. Hold up. We got the new Spider Mitchells.
Oh man, I ain't see. As a Suns fan, I'm predisposed to hating Donovan Mitchell, but his shoes are pretty cool. I'm not gonna front.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, I rock these more for like the gym and stuff because I want to dunk like Donovan Mitchell. So yeah, we got the new Spider Mitchells. You know what I'm saying? And we got some new Adidas that are behind me as well. So
Got the Adidas.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I came through with the drip, and Jillian's dad was like, "Hey Jesse, nice shoes," and all I said was "Thank you," and I left it alone. And then the dad turned to her uncle, and he goes, "See, Victor, Jesse knows how to accept a compliment." So I guess I didn't go through the origin of that story, but I guess what had happened was, your man didn't know how to take a compliment, and it was relieving for him to be able to get one off and be receptive to it. So yeah, what's your style, bro? Me, I guess I'm good at it because I do the same shit. I just say thank you. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I feel like when people, I don't know, when people give me compliments, I usually say thank you, I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? You didn't really have to say that or something like that. Usually I'm not that good. I feel like I'm also not that great at giving compliments as I want to be. I can do it, but I feel like sometimes when I actually like something, I don't be saying that shit to people. You know what I mean?
Right.
Better at being like, oh, yo, son, I fucks with that. You know what I'm saying? But like if we on the topic of it, I'll say something, or if somebody asks me, I won't hesitate to be like, oh yeah, I like that. But I usually don't go out like. I feel like sometimes when I used to wear the graphic T-shirts, people would be like, oh, yo, that's a funny ass T-shirt, I like that, and then I'm like, oh yeah, man, thanks. But like, you know what I'm saying? I won't be doing that to other people because I'll be like thinking motherfuckers rather be left alone.
Right.
I'm like, yo, bro, I really like that T-shirt. You know what I mean? So
it goes.
I don't know.
What about the times when somebody? Maybe it's just me because I'd be overthinking. But shouts to the sponsors, Sunday Scaries. They sent me a hat. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get you one too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they be always messing up our addresses. So they somebody complimented me on the hat, and they're like, "Yo, this is a swaggy hat." And I wanted to stop and be like, "Oh yeah, shouts to the sponsor," but I didn't do all that. But I kind of was just like, "Oh, you probably don't even know what this is, but that's cool for you objectively thinking something's cool, right?"
Right.
But then I think it goes both ways. I think human nature naturally we want to give back and be like, "Oh, that was kind of you. Let me look for something. Let me compliment you." I think that's a little insincere though, because it's like, "Oh, the only reason why you're complimenting me is because I said something to you." would if you naturally came up to me and
Right.
said, "Yo, cool hat," right? At the dispensary, I get this a lot. Dude. I'm not trying to say I'm so swaggy, but I got, I like my drip. I'm proud of my style, especially because it's my own. I don't jack nobody's, and I take pride in that. So yeah, I'd be coming through with different colored, vibrant tanks or hats, shorts. I got a fanny pack out here, and it's always at least one person giving me compliments, and I'm just like, yeah, word, and I get in my head too much because I overthink things, and usually I'm at the dispensary, I'm already smacked. So this one time, this guy was like, "Yo, bro, I love your outfit," and I had and I did it on front. I was like, I know it's a fresh outfit. Like I had my Knicks shit on, I had my Rocco's Modern Life hat, with the orange tank to match. Like it was a drip. Like I'm not gonna front. And he was just like, "Yo, bro, you swagged out right now." Like, blah, blah. And I just kind of sized him up. I was like, "I like your socks." I just walked out, like saying, like, your outfit ain't shit. Your outfit's like cool, but only cool part is your socks.
Yeah, see, you can't do that.
Right, bro. Right. So I just overthought it. So now going forward, I'm just like, "Oh, thanks, bro. Appreciate,
Yeah, I appreciate the love because I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely one of them ones where what I'm saying, if I feel like, even if I believe the thing, I actually do like your shirt. If you just compliment me, I'm not gonna say anything because I'm like, you probably just gonna feel like I just said something just because you said something.
Right, right.
So I'd rather just not. Even if I genuinely actually do like your shirt, it got to be like, maybe it got to be like, yo, like they shirt so fire that they know it's fire that of course I like their shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe they won't be. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something like, oh yeah, nah, yo, like. Or if somebody's like, "Oh, bro, I think you smart," and I know they smart, like, "Nah, bro, you smart." Don't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not racist. You racist?
yeah, nah, I ain't. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like, you do the black man thing. Where it's like, I'm trying to get like you. Like, nah, bro, I'm trying to get like you, bro. You know what I mean? Like, if it's on that way, then that's one thing. But if it's just a one-off compliment, I'll be just like trying to get the thank you, and I'm out.
Oh, so.
Not
Tangent. I will say I did hear a black stereotype, which I've heard was reused by a Jewish stereotype, and I was like, see, that's why we brothers, bro. This dude at the football game, I work with a lot of football players, and black football players, and one of them was telling me, he's like, "Yo, Jesse," he's like, black people be doing, and I'm like, I mean, it's very vague, but what's up? He said, you guys be rounding things up. Like if someone's like, "How much for those sneakers?" 130. It's like, damn, $200. And I'm like, I've heard that with Jewish, like they exchange that with Jewish jokes, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I've heard the same shit, so I think that's funny. So I was like, yeah, I've definitely heard that before. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, yeah, we definitely do that when if somebody throw the price at us, we like, damn, like he's like, yo, it's like $170. Like, man, I'm not about to spend like $200. You know what I mean? Like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like, if it's something like I really want, then I'm like, yeah, it's 170, so it's more like 150. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but if it's something you like, I want it, but I don't want to pay that much for it. Then that's when you start throwing them high numbers out there. Like, yeah, for sure.
I did find that funny, and also a conundrum of like, how in the defense of black people, it's like, when a social issue goes wrong, they're like, "Yo, you guys need to tell your people to figure this out," right? Like, there's this giant like group text. But then, like comedically, sometimes like people do speak for all of black people, and they'll be like,
"Oh yeah,
yo, this is what we do." I'm like, I thought you guys are individuals. So
yeah, exactly.
I think that part's
it's only when it's like when people, it's like the stupid stereotypes that we just don't care about, But it's like, even then, we're like, nobody else can say that shit. It's just us. Mm-hmm. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? People are like, yeah, black people always late. And it's like, bro, obviously that's not true. But like, it be like that sometimes. and motherfuckers do be late. But it obviously, it's some punctual niggas out there, man. It be, I'm not I'm punctual when it matters. Like, if I know it's somewhere we gotta be there on time, I'm gonna be there on, like, a movie, like you can't be late to the movie. But
I mean, yeah.
But it depends though. I'm not like, oh, the movie started at 8, like we got to be there at 8. I know the fucking previews. I'm like, we got 20 minutes of previews. I'm gonna get there before them 20 minutes of previews are.
That's prime smoking time. I'm in the parking lot lighting up, son.
Yeah,
kidding me?
Exactly. But I'm not gonna be late in the movie. Like the movie starting and I'm like fucking just getting down. Like that's not gonna be it. Or like, you know what I'm saying, work. Like I'm not gonna be late to work. Like I know,
I will.
you know what I'm saying, I know when it needs to be, or you know what I'm saying? But like everything else is like, bro, if it's a party and they say it start at 3, like they're not gonna like not let you in the party. You show up at 3:15, 3:20, even 4, bro. Like it's not gonna matter. You know what I'm saying? It's like when people say that, it's like, yes, you need to respect people's time, but it's like y'all gonna be there anyway. It ain't gotta be that big a deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially if it's a lot of people coming, like they're not waiting on my ass to get there. So you know what I mean? So I know it's like for most people it's kind of contingent, but I know other people it's like you tell me that's the time I'm showing up. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's what I thought was the move, but I don't know. I think it just depends. I don't know if that's just it, and that's a Thai thing. It don't got to be a black thing, but it.
You happen to be black.
My family, my black family, be on that same type of move, and you know, a decent amount of black people I know be kind of, you know, moving like that. But that obviously, you know, we're not a monolith.
Rest in peace, George Carlin. He said he hated the phrase when people say when people happen to be black, like, yeah, that's my friend. And he happens, like when they're telling a story, like he happens to be black. It's like,
yeah.
nah, he didn't happen to be that. He is that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They try to throw it in there, like you. Like that, like, oh, I'm friends with him, despite that he happens to be black. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, you knew he was black the entire time. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like it was a science experiment. Like, oh shit.
Right?
In conclusion,
right? It wasn't like you found out like that you had something in common before you found out he was black. Like that's not how that worked, bro. Like you knew he was black off rip, and then you found out you had something in common. That's how that worked.
Dude.
You know?
So definitely poke holes in that shit. But then there was a couple things to bring it back to the Spencer, I guess, as a reference. There's a couple things throughout the week that also I don't know how you approach them or if you even think about them, because I'd be in my head a lot, and I'm not, you know, in a financial situation to even consider myself comfortable, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think anybody, I think all of us are closer to broke than we are closer to, you know, excess, right?
Most of us.
But there's times, bro, maybe I just feel like, you know, I want to do that thing where you buy somebody a coffee, or you buy somebody, you take care of somebody or whatever. You don't. Okay, so that's not you. So okay, cool. Maybe I'm alone on it.
No, I don't have a problem. Like obviously, like giving money to like homeless people or like, you know what I'm saying, covering somebody. Like that's cool. I think I'm more objecting to that stupid like the stupid thing when you go to Starbucks or wherever the fuck, or whatever your coffee thing, and then you start one of those lines where it's like everybody buys the shit for the person behind them.
Then where does it end?
Like so. Yeah, and people feel guilty because like, I don't want to be the person to break the chain. And it's like, bro, if you don't break the chain, then nobody's actually doing anything nice for anybody. It's like, you know what I'm saying? The person in front of you pay for you, and then you pay for the person behind you. That's no different than you just paying for your shit. At some point, somebody got to get the free coffee for that shit for the one.
Yeah, otherwise you're just shuffling around totals.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, that's just one good deed. It's like. I think I saw like it was like in Minneapolis. They said like the longest like drive-through chain was like 700 people, and I'm like, y'all some dumbasses, because it's like at the end of the day, it's just one good deed was actually done, and it just fucking telephoned through 700 people,
and they got all those customers. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like it was literally exactly the same. Like nothing else changed. Just one person ended up paying for somebody else's drink that like and didn't have to like pay for something else, because it's like that's the one good deed. It just took 700 people, so it's unnecessary. Like somebody buys you something and you got to accept it. Like, oh man, that person is nice. You don't have to do. You can maybe pay it for it somewhere else, but maybe don't do that shit in the exact same like line and start one of them shits, bro. Because it's just like you just passing around the good deed for what?
Exactly.
It's still gonna just be
so
one. You know what I mean?
In juxtaposed to that, I don't even know if that's the word, but in opposition to that, I witnessed, because I've been in this situation far too many times, where your debit card gets declined, and you got to do that weird, awkward mental. You look at the top of your eyelids, like, I spent $7 at McDonald's.
Like it's not help.
Yeah,
it doesn't even help.
Like I should have more than $7, and you know what I'm saying. You start running the numbers,
right?
And you start doing like the arguments, like what? You start looking at the ATM and shit. So yeah, two people had that. One at the grocery store, and they had to start putting shit back, or they were like, "Oh, let me go call my bank or whatever it is." And I think without investigating their entire order, I felt like I was like, "Man, should I step in and like pay for it?" Like I think it was within my budget. Like I think I could have afforded it. But then I was just like overthinking. I was like, "Is this rude? Am I intruding in someone's situation?" And I just started getting in my head, and I was just like, "Snap out!" And I just fucking walked out. Right. So then,
Now you thought about it.
yeah. So then, at the studio, at the dispensary, this kid in front of me was next, and he went and because at the dispensary they have a debit card machine, so you can pay with your debit card, but they have an ATM too. Usually, people use the ATM if their debit card gets declined, and they're like, "Oh, what's the deal?" So I guess that's what this kid happened because in the lobby, that's where the ATM is. So he comes back in the lobby all like distressed, and he's like looking at his like total, and he's like shaking his head, like so he doesn't have enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of wanted to like just be like, hey bro, I'll buy you an eighth or something if you want, so I didn't have enough cash to just slide him some cash and be like, here bro, I was gonna have to pay on my card anyway. So
Right.
I kind of in my head was like, should I just offer? But then like I didn't want to belittle him, and then also think like, what if his order is bigger than that, or what if he's just doing this for somebody else? And, there's too many layers, right? So I was just like,
Yeah,
you're on your own. So, but then this leads to my next point. So yeah, this is twofold. Have you ever, first fold, have you ever, I know you told I think it was a family, you bought them some sandwiches or whatever, but was there anything like that recently or anything like that?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Nah, because I ain't been out of the house really.
True.
Till recently, and like it's not, and me being out of the house was like, hanging out with friends. So it's like, we've been doing like every now and then I get a dinner for a homie or like oh yeah, I'll just buy dinner, and like sometimes I'm like, yeah, you don't have to spend anything. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll just cover it, but most like I don't usually carry cash. I have cash on me now because I was gonna do some light gambling last time I was hanging out with people. Like we were gonna do like some like one of them dice game shits where you spend the money. And so I have like $20 on me now that I might just end up giving away because I'm usually when I'm by like a homeless person and I got cash, I just give them some. But I usually don't carry cash on me, so it's like I can't like I can't Venmo my shit to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's usually what I'm on. I just usually, and I don't really remember when I do it. I just kind of do it and just kind of roll with it. You know how like some people be on that shit where they try to like show you doing it. It's like, okay. Like,
there was a time, I guess, okay, yeah, true. I mean, there has been a lot of like GoFundMe's and stuff. There was one time, so one of my homies from back home, his family had a restaurant and there was a fire or something, so he was asking everybody for help. And this was back when I was working at my old job where they were paying me fucking dog shit. And I was telling him, I was like, bro, I'll be honest with you, like I make $0. Like the money I make is such ass. I was like, but I want to help. Like, I was like, I know it's not much, but like this is much to me. And I like put $20 or something. And like, back then that was like a lot, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, dude, I was like, I know it's not much, but like this is kind of like 3 days worth of lunch for me. And so like, I just care about the fam, blah, blah, blah. So sometimes like, it's not just like the amount, it's the value, right?
Oh yeah.
So
no, I get that. I think Friday, the Levitar show, whatever they do the podcast that I fuck with. But they had like some 24-hour show live like YouTube thing that they did. And I was just like kind of popping in and out of it or whatever. But like when I popped in, the one dude was talking about how his his dad, or I think his mom has ALS, and so they were like doing donations for that. So I just dropped off 20 in that. But I literally just kind of did it. I didn't even really think about it. So I'm like, just like kind of is whatever.
yeah.
But yeah, now I usually don't. I mean, most people usually. You shouldn't really toot your horn on any of that shit.
Nah, right. Nah.
Whatever it is what it is.
I think the horn that I'm tooting is the fact that I overthink it more. Whereas if I could just be like, bro, hey, here's the money. Because reverse to that, dude, I can take it back to there was a time where I was in a bad situation and I just needed that. Like, I didn't know what to do. And I just There was no other option. So this was back in college. I ran out of gas, and I had no money on my debit card. I had a checkbook on me for some reason, but I had no money, and I got paid the next day at like midnight, right? So my options were either just sleep in my car until the direct deposit hit, and then I can go pay and then get gas up and drive home, or just bum it out and ask people for $5 or some shit, right? So that's what I did. I ended up I wrote a $5 check, and I walked around to like whoever came up, and I was like, "Hey, bro, can I give you this check? I don't get paid. I just need $5 to get home. Can I just have $5? I give you this check. You can't cash it until tomorrow because I don't get paid till midnight, right?" And I sounded, I sounded silly, but I guess I was dressed professionally and stuff, so it had to help me somewhat. But it took like 3 or 4 people, and then I finally got somebody to say yeah. And he was like, and he was kind of like, I don't know, not putting me down, but he was just kind of like, "Damn, bro, you look stressed." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm asking a stranger for $5. Like, this is not a fun situation for me, you know?"
Yeah, like I don't want to really be in this situation. It kind of is what it is.
So what was funny though is like, I guess like funny that it was years later was, at that time he made it seem like it was a big deal, and he was like, "Bro, just take the $5. Like, I don't need the check or whatever." And I was like, "Oh, it's just for me, bro. Like, it'll make me feel better. And you just take it, And then he ended up cashing it like years later. I was like, "Where's this $5?" And then I remember I was like, "Cash the $5 shit, bro."
You might have needed it, bro.
He could have needed it. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. But I've definitely been there before.
You're not supposed to do that though. That's some, you know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to take checks and cash them like super duper late because you don't know what people got in store. Like they probably thought it might already went out.
Oh yeah.
Obviously it's $5, but like
I call him. I'm like, "Hey, bro, it's me from the gas station 2 years later. I'm still in this situation. Can you not?
You put my shit in negative, bro. Now you owe me $40. So you know what I mean?
Still at the gas station. Nah. So that was the one fold, and then I guess the second part of that at the dispensary was there was this person that worked there, and usually I'm cool with all the people there. Dude, this lady that was working there, like they have like, the cashiers, the bud tenders, the bud runners where they run the weed back and forth. And then they have people just in the lobby that kind of organize you, get you in lines, whatever. This woman was so annoying, bro. Like, I consider us funny dudes, We've been rocking for 4 years now. We got a show. Like, we're funny, within our confines and stuff. We don't try too hard. We know where we at. We know what time it is, I pride myself on making jokes, and sometimes, they don't land, but that's part of the territory. Like, I had on my football pod, I tried cracking like this like joke reference. It just didn't land, but it was good because, that's, you roll with the punches. But I get cringed out, bro, when somebody, I can just feel they're trying to be funny, and it's like, fam, like, this is not hitting for me. And I'm not speaking for everybody else, but you haven't gotten one laugh in 10 fucking minutes. Like, pack it up, man. Like, maybe switch it up to just how's everybody's day going,
Yeah.
We were in the lobby, and this girl is just like, "Let me tell y'all, I was going to have a day off. I had my shorts ready. I wasn't even supposed to be here." And everyone's like, "Oh, okay." And then, like, she was drinking a Red Bull out of a cup. So, like, it looked like a different, like, it looked like a different liquid,
That's weird.
And she's like, "Oh, there's vodka in here." I'm just kidding. And then she spent the next 20 minutes talking about how she told people there was vodka in there, and she was just kidding. And I was like, "Yo, if you don't like, this is not funny, She's like, I got a secret stash of vodka in here. I'm just kidding." And then literally a second later, she's like, "I told him I got vodka in here. I was kidding though." And then to the next person, "Yeah, when I told him I had vodka in here, I was kidding." I was like, "Bro, everybody witnessed this.
Like, why would you need to?
It's not funny."
Reiterate. He's one of those people who, like, if it's quiet, you feel like you gotta fill the air. Yeah.
And silence is golden sometimes. Silence,
bro. I love when it's like everybody knows that they just don't want to talk, and we just like, this is a space we don't need to be talking, so let's not talk.
The space between, you know what I'm saying? We're just waiting for them to say next next patient.
Exactly. I don't know y'all. I don't need to know y'all. Let's
bro.
keep it that
And
way.
like, so then she was just a little much because she had that same kid that was having money problems. He like, obviously there's money problems when you walk out the dispensary without weed. Clearly you didn't have the money to buy the weed. Nobody's going in there just to look, right? So everybody always leaves with something. And he like storms out all like, embarrassed and frustrated. And she like hot as shit is like, oh, you having problems with your money? Like trying to be funny. And I'm like, yo, that's like so insensitive, and like, who the fuck are you, right? And so he, walked out enough so he didn't make it a thing or nothing. But I was just like, bro, call my name because I can't deal with this person. So yeah, I was just So that's what it was at. Accept it when you know you're a funny person. And what's that saying? Have this.
Well, everybody thinks they're funny though.
But have the serenity and strength and presence of mind.
You gotta know yourself.
Yeah, know
bro.
yourself.
You gotta know when shit not landed.
Know your audience.
You gotta know when shit's awkward. Like, you gotta know when motherfuckers are fake laughing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but obviously not everybody got that. Like, if everybody had self-awareness, then it'd be like, there would be, you know what I'm saying, no unfunny people. Like, that's just kind of what it is. Can't avoid it, but I hate that. Like, I'm like, yeah, I wish I wasn't here right now. I would have been like, I wish I'd done curbside pickup or some shit. You know what I mean?
They should let you smoke in the lobby.
At the dispensary. They should be handing out joint samples like
Costco. I was just gonna say that shit, bro. Like, this is from Pepperidge Farms. Like, oh, okay.
Right.
Well, yeah, nah, man. That's where it's at. So I feel things in two folds. I feel cringe when somebody's trying to be too funny, because I've been there before and I've tried to make jokes and they haven't hit. I've also made jokes and they have hit. I've definitely been on the end of my debit card declining and not having the funds to do something. So I don't know, man. Like, I think what makes you, I don't want to say better person, but like a well-rounded person is going through these extremes. So
and so
and when you speak on things, it's through experience, not through, if I were in this scenario, it's like, bro, when I was in this is how it went down, so.
Yeah, for sure. But unless you want to, I know, you wanted to make this one a little bit quicker. You want to do your quick review, even though you keep watching this shit. Even
I forgot. Yeah. Mighty Ducks, I'm loyal to the soil with it, bro.
We can roll through the reviews.
Yeah, real quick.
We'll
My bad.
Songs of the week.
Yeah. I forgot to even do that. It was yeah. So Mighty Ducks, Game Changers, season finale, dude. Cliche. They make it to the championship, which of course, like, they didn't even have a team.
Spoilers. I'm not gonna watch.
They didn't even have a team like months ago, but they make it to the championship, which means every other team in this league is ass. So they make it to the championship against who, Ty? Let's see.
Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks. But plot twist. One of their best players is injured, just kind of like when Adam Banks was injured, way back when. He was hiding an injury. That's what she was doing. Then the team universally suggests that they're going to forfeit, because if one doesn't play, none of them can play. So they forfeit.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Mighty Ducks win the championship.
What in the world is that plot, bro? What? What sports team is one dude being hurt, being like, all right, bro, we just gonna forfeit because one person, like, what?
So then, an ode to the third one, if you remember, the varsity and JV team, the coach was always like, yo, don't fuck with them until you play with them, because they're gonna fuck with you. Like, don't. And they're like, nah, we the Mighty Ducks, we could, what I'm saying? He's like, nah, they will sauce you up. Stop. You know what I'm saying? And then they tried fuck with them, and they're like, all right, yo, let's play, let's do a scrimmage, before coaches and shit see us. And they're like, all right, bet. And they did. Remember, they waxed them. And that's what happened with this time. They were like, you guys aren't in the champions because we didn't even play. And they're like, all right, well, why don't we play for it? And then they played for it. And then the new team won. And Coach Bombay, heroics. And
what?
Yeah. So they did win at the end.
So like they forfeited for a dumb reason and then still played for a fake title?
In the streets, yeah.
And then they won. Okay, man. All right. I'm mad I ain't even watched it.
But I brought you in on this journey for 10 weeks.
Ah, man. All right, bro. Yeah, thanks. Because I was never gonna watch it anyway.
They're gonna make a second season, and I'll watch it. You know I will.
I'm sure. I'm sure you will, and I'm sure they will.
And I'll be
Yeah.
I did delete my Stars app, but I'm gonna get it back because I think the Power of Book
You gonna watch the Kanan Power? Oh man, you are hooked, bro. You on for every. They're gonna give fucking what's his name? How they give the random dude the fucking sex scene? They're gonna give him his own story too.
Man,
His
Tariq.
backstory. What the hell was his name?
Oh, who? Tariq? Oh no,
Nah,
Kanan.
not Tariq. It was like the Hispanic dude. They just gave a sex scene for some reason.
Oh,
Like, why the hell they give this nigga a sex scene? Like,
Cristobal or whatever. Or
yeah. It was like, why the hell they're gonna give him a fucking show origin story and fucking then you're gonna get one for fucking Lala's character.
Bro,
You're like, yeah, and fucking Turtle is gonna get his own shit about how he became a lawyer, bro. I can't no more, bro. I mean I couldn't no more.
And then the daughter's gonna come back from the grave and be like, "What could have been if I didn't get shot?"
Yeah, what could? Yeah,
by undercover fake cop. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, whatever, bro. It was good in the sense of like it got me to watch something. And okay, this is what it was though, man. Like, you know, just like you dropping off $20 at a podcast, it's time and place. Like this show would drop right when I get back from my football podcast on Thursdays. So I'm like smacked. I'm like, all right, let me just watch this. And it became a little bit of a routine. You know what I'm saying? So
no, hey, look, you don't have to.
I feel like I do gotta explain myself to you, son. I'm feeling attacked.
I watch bullshit all the time, bro. It's just certain bullshit I give up on, but I definitely be watching shows or whatever that are not good and only out like the whole CW universe is not good. Like, and I be watching like all the Flash and fucking Arrow and all that shit, and that shit is not been like that shit ain't been good since like the first season. So you know what I mean? Like it just be what it be sometimes. But the movie I saw quick was Plan B on Hulu, and it was kind of like you know, it's the formula, the whole like teenage coming to age movie, but it's about a girl. You know, it's very much similar to Booksmart. It was like, you know, a girl who kind of, you know, she's like goody two shoes, like, you know, smartest girl in the class, and then her friend is kind of a little bit more like wilder and shit like that, and she wants to have sex or whatever, or she just likes to do or whatever, but she ends up having sex, and then the, come to find out she had the condom inside her or whatever, and like didn't know it, and so she's like, oh man, we gotta get the Plan B pill, and so they, you know, her parents are luckily out of town or whatever for her to have the party and to have sex and to be like, oh, we're gonna go and fucking get the Plan B pill, and it's like they gotta go to a different city because for some reason this took place in South Dakota of all places. I'm like, who the fuck lives there? And it was like a Hispanic chick and an Indian chick, but like the main character. I'm like, they got those up. They got like non-white people in South Dakota. Like it must be very few and far between, my guy.
There's a big Navajo population out there, actually.
Oh no, it's like India, not
no, I know. I was saying other bodies of people.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So that was like, and you know how the coming of age shit goes. It's kind of very predictable. It's like there's like a common goal they want to do in terms of like a party or fixing something that they screwed up and before their parents find out, and then along the way the like looser, more wild friend kind of like is being reckless and kind of fucks it up, and guess what? They get into a fight and they act like they don't like each other no more, but then eventually they end up coming back around because they figure the thing out, sort of.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's like every coming of age movie ever, right?
You just named Bucket Up, the movie coming summer 2022.
That's super bad. That's Booksmart.
Project
X.
Fucking,
yeah, that's like all of those fucking movies. They're all like just the formula right there. So like it's like that. I thought it was pretty good though. It was pretty good. There was some funny ass parts. You know what I'm saying? They do the raunchy shit in there, obviously. And then I think the resolution at the end was funny and also kind of made sense. There was no parts of it where I was like, that's dumb, you would never do that. So but yeah. I feel like it was cool if you need to burn some time on and it's on Hulu, so if you already have Hulu, you can just like watch it. with the homies or with your girl or with your boyfriend or whatever. Whoever you are listening to it, like you can go watch
You're
it if you want to laugh.
polygamous. If you got like 9 boyfriends or some shit,
Yeah.
we all
Bro.
inclusive around here, bro.
All that shit.
Yeah, I love Triangle currently.
But yeah, I would give it like I don't know, like 4 out of maybe like 3.8 out of 5 bucket hats.
Is that Hulu?
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
I bet.
But yeah, bro, I'm excited because it's like the movies are back. My AMC subs list is gonna start fucking charging me again, so it's like we're gonna have to figure out how to like watch movies with this baby. So
who
might be back in there. So.
Who was the comedian that said Plan B? He said that's a horrible branding. Like, what's Plan A? Have the kid? That's horrible.
I think that's what it is, bro. It's like Plan A is have a kid, Plan B is not. So
yeah, Plan A should be the pill. You know what I'm saying?
Guess it depends on where you at in your life.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That's true. Movies. I'm still, HBO Max and relax, bro. Again, we named. Let's not, cap. We definitely made good reasons on why streaming at home is dope. You can pause it. You can smoke weed. You could get back. Rewind, that type of shit. But yeah, movie theaters will be cool. It just depends on, Fast and Furious 9 is not gonna get me there. It depends.
That was the Trav. I know he's already like mid.
He's already camping out, waiting for the tickets.
That boy, yeah, nah. And I'm like, I'm gonna be real. Like seeing the trailers, it don't look like it ain't entertaining. It look like it ain't making no logical sense.
9 movies,
but it definitely looked like it's entertaining.
You could give me 9 Mighty Ducks, and I might, not be there. So, but yeah, nah.
But it looks like we've arrived to songs of the week, bro. What you got?
So this is more of like a remix / like I don't know how to consider it rediscovered, because when an artist that's dead releases music with a collab, so Lil Uzi and Juice WRLD had a remix or a collab on that original song "Lucid Dreams." And the Juice WRLD song was released a couple of years ago. It's kind of what put them on, but they never released the Juice WRLD or the Lil Uzi Vert version. So they recently did, and it's pretty good. I liked it. I'm a big fan of Uzi. So yeah, we're gonna go with "Lucid Dreams" featuring Uzi. Song of the week.
Oh, okay. I bet. My songs of the week. You know how I usually do bangs, bops, and slaps, and then a little bit into like some albums that drop. My song that bop, I'm gonna go with. It's been a while too, so I had a couple of weeks and shit to get into some stuff.
It's been a long while since I left you.
Been a long, yeah.
Left you with a couple of dope beats. Step two.
Hey. But yeah, so my song that bops, I'm gonna go with "Fish" by Coltrane. Definitely fuck with him heavy. You do from London or whatever the hell, but he got a little smooth kind of like he be singing, but it somewhat sounds like he's talking. It's like London kind of black kind of sounding, but not really, because black got like a deeper voice. But it's kind of like the same kind of vibe. But
I thought you said my song of the week, "Yellow" by Coldplay. What?
Nah. "Fish" by Coltrane. I'm not on the Coldplay, bro.
Or was that other band Train with like Jupiter in your ear, drops of whatever?
Yeah, I'm not on that.
I don't know that song. Drops of Jupiter.
Yeah, I'm just not. That's just not some shit
Train,
I'm on, my
baby. You know that song? I can't.
So they do "Hey Soul Sisters" Train.
I thought it was like "Drops of Jupiter."
Nah, again, bro. You can say "Drops of Jupiter" a bunch of times. Like on
why the fuck? All I've been doing is repeating. If Jimmy has 5 apples,
yeah, it's like I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. My song that slaps, I'm gonna go with "Late at Night" by Roddy Ricch. I think everybody knows Roddy Ricch knows how to make a banger. I don't know if he's dropping a new album anytime soon. It's been like 2 years since, or has it just been a year? It's been like a year and a half since he dropped his album that did a whole bunch of numbers because of the box, and it wasn't just the box. He had a whole bunch of shit on there. But he's weird because he sounds like a lot of people in the game, but also very like unique still somehow. So he's one of my like I wouldn't say he's one of my favorite, but I definitely be checking like to see when like shit drops for him. So Late at Night is one of them. It's kind of a little bit slower than you would think, but definitely is one that slaps a little bit. And then my song that bangs, I'm gonna go with "Drop" by Yo Gotti featuring the Baby. This is like the summertime strip club ass clapping cheek throwing song. So if I heard somebody say we already into June and we don't really got a song for the summer. I don't think this is the song for the summer. I don't know what that song is. I don't know if it already exists or if it's yet to come out, but I think this is definitely kind of got some summer vibes to it. So I would say check that out. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna put on the show, so I might throw one of them songs. Yeah, that shit definitely bangs. And then the big album that dropped this week was Lil Baby and Lil Durk dropped off an album called The Voice of the Heroes. And I'm gonna be real, like I'm a big Lil Baby fan, ever since, he came out Wham Wham Wham, bitch I'm the baby. And, I fuck with Durkio because he be definitely killing features. And, he does his own solo shit and it usually be riding for the most part. So I was pretty hyped. I'm like, Lil Baby and Durkio, I feel like they might have a good chemistry. But then they dropped this album, and the title of the album, the Voice of the Heroes, is a terrible album title. Just God, I don't.
That's the name of our. That was our podcast name before we came up with. Fuck it up.
What my when I was in radio in college, the show was Butter Sauce and the Voice. Shouts to the homie Zach who runs the Nostalgia Be Damn podcast. Homie homie podcast. I don't know what to call it.
Modern Family.
Yeah, so Pattern. Yes, there we go. So yeah, that was ours, but obviously I'm a proudly say that name is way better than the Voice of the Hero. Like I know it's like the last Durk album was just like The Voice or something, and so that's all right. I get that album title, and I don't know if they just want to do the hero thing. I don't know if Lil Baby wanted to throw that on there. I don't know, but it's a terrible ass name, and I'm like sometimes terrible names work. I was talking about Roddy Ricch. His thing was like, sorry for being antisocial. That was the name of his album. And I was like, that's a terrible fucking name. Like, what the fuck did that? And then, like, his album had nothing to do with his album title. And that was great because the album was great.
But what about when they repeat titles like Hall of Fame? I heard somebody's dropping an album soon called Hall of Fame. I was like, Big Sean just dropped one like 2 years ago. Yeah. Come on, bro.
I know at some point, because it's like, there's so many songs that are named the same thing, right? And so it's like, eventually you're going to get albums that are like, named like either similar or the same thing. And it's like, I think it's okay if it's like cross genre. Like if there's a country album named the same thing, then you can go ahead and name your rap album. Who gives a shit?
True.
You know what I mean? Like nobody's probably gonna listen to both of those and be like, which one is it? You know what I mean? But it's that album title was fucking terrible, and that should have been The Foreshadowing, because I feel like the album in itself was pretty mid, bro. Like there's some good songs on there. Like I like Hats Off with Travis Scott is okay. Who I Want's cool. Still Running with Meek Mill, I thought was all right. And but then I feel like the beats weren't good. So it's like nowadays you gotta have the beats to go with it. And I feel like it felt like the same kind of beat over and over, and it just wasn't very sharp to me. And I think even though they might have been like on point at some points lyrically and shit, and like, but it's just like I don't think there was like kind of like that whole. It didn't really come together, and it was like 22 songs, and like, and it just felt like like most of this shit is not good. Like there's some good songs in there, but it's like most of it just was very forgettable. So if you haven't listened to it yet, like I would say you don't really need to, man. Like figure out, just wait and find out which fucking songs end up being kind of like popular and run through, like other people sift through it, and then probably latch on to that. But otherwise, you really don't need to sit through this one. And then the other album that dropped was Lloyd Banks came out of hiding since Beamer, Benz, and Bentley. That was, and I love that song.
Long Island,
Beamer, Benz, and Bentley.
Thanks for that, baby.
Yeah. You remember that song?
Beamer, Benz, and Bentley.
Him and Jewel Santana, bro.
Beamer, Benz, and Bentley. Banks, Lloyd Banks in the house. Bad news. G Unit in the house. Bad news.
Yeah, so his first album since like 2011, 2010 or something crazy. And you know, I listened to that, and I'm gonna be real, like, that was another one that was like I was kind of getting a little bored, but I think I was working, so I'm gonna talk it up that because I was listening, and he was definitely barring us up. Like he still can spit, he still got the bars, he's still Lloyd Banks. I definitely really fuck with the one with Benny the Butcher on it, called Formaldehyde. But like,
What was that song
you know what
back
I'm
in the
saying?
summer? He's like, it's getting too hot, we on fire. Yeah, someone's like,
Yeah,
the fuck does this
that's
mean,
his
bro?
first single.
He's like,
Yeah, that was back when like rap was different, when you needed to have a single, right?
yeah.
You needed to have some sort of hit single to like kind of like convince the like labels to drop their album. And so I feel like so many like albums from dudes who are good at rapping or whatever had like shit that didn't fit him. Like Cassidy's song, like The Hotel. Like Cassidy's a battle rapper, but he had to make a song with R. Kelly about like
Girl,
the
you want to
hotel,
come to
like
my hotel?
the
Which
hotel, like
is
what?
definitely problematic now, knowing that.
Not yet. No, I mean it's already, you know, you got R. Kelly on there, so like not gonna work out.
I will even give you my
know?
room key.
Yeah, it's not great, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like you kind of had to do that. That's why you had that. I'm on fire up in here,
Get too
it's
hot.
burning hot.
We on fire.
Yeah.
Because the only thing spinning is your head. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but now, so he just dropped a straight rap album. You can just do that now because it's like the people who want to listen, they're gonna find it, and like the label's gonna drop it because the way the content set up now is like they need content at all times. So, but yeah, shouts to that. I would say check it out if you definitely be a Lloyd Banks fan. Um, you know, if you ready for the bars and all that good shit. But those are my songs of the week, and we can get up out of here. I just want to say I see the results from the. I don't know who won the Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul.
Oh, that was tonight?
I don't know which one it is. Yeah, I don't know why it was on a Sunday. I didn't understand that, why it was on a Sunday and not a Saturday. It's fucking like 12:30.
Who won?
Fucking on the East Coast right now. I want to say I'm guessing Floyd won because it's fucking a professional boxer
Against a YouTuber.
versus yeah, and so, but I saw somebody in my group chat, shouts to Kel, the homie, and them, and saying that like, you know, that shit was a joke, and it's like, honestly, bro, I feel like we knew this because it's a fucking YouTube star against a fucking Hall of Fame boxer, and it's like they kind of just got everybody. I don't think anybody probably should have paid for that fight. You know what I mean? I had an opportunity to go to it, but things kind of I would have went. Like I would have went because I didn't pay for it, but I'm guessing they would have asked to split and probably would have been whatever. But it just was never a fight that I was like, okay, this is like something that should be entertaining because it's like it was always a joke. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I go to say about like, but I mean, not to give him shouts, but it's like, bro, anything's possible. Like he bypassed all of these boxers and was like, I want to fight the best boxer ever. Like, and they made it what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
that's crazy.
I'm like, fuck.
But yeah, nah. So
fuck all that.
Shouts to you, man, putting up with me week in, week out.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? It's always the adventurous journey, and you know, now that we waxed and vaxxed, we about to get back in the mix with I haven't seen my boy.
Wow, I am not waxed.
I don't even know what that means, by the way. So
they sound like we got Brazilians, my guy.
Oh, wax. Oh, I smoke wax, so I'm with it. Anyway. You know what I'm saying? So now I get back into some restaurant reviews. Maybe we could do a Bloody Mary review. Get back to some visual content.
Not doing that, but yeah.
Well, you could I'm saying embark with me while I do it. You can hold the camera.
Yeah, because I'm not drinking.
Oh yeah, I'm too good. Anyway,
no, it's too bad.
You're too good for him. But nah, yeah. So shouts to you, bro. Shouts to the Buckets putting up with us and our antics. Shouts to the brands that be messing with us heavy. Sunday Scaries, they the sponsor. Daniel Phillips, they ice your wrist up. Like I said, we're gonna have creative director for Sunday Scaries on the pod. Maybe next week, maybe the week after. We'll let you know. So keep an eye out for that. For the people that are new to the program, they got to find out where we at. For those that are familiar, they already know. But Ty, for those dipping their toe in the bucket of water, where can they submerge their entire body?
Yeah, man. If this is your first time listening, just know you can find us on all the podcasting platforms. We're on Spotify. You can just like us on there, and then you'll get our new episodes right there in your new episodes in the new way that Spotify kind of did it after they updated. We're on Apple Podcasts, and make sure you subscribe to us on there. Leave a review if you haven't yet. 5 stars in this bitch. Say something nice if you want to. We're also on Stitcher Radio. We're on Google Play. We're on fucking probably Amazon. I don't fucking know. We're on all the shit, all the ways you can find.
We're on
podcasts, bro.
podcastsprinkler.net.
SoundCloud is our main shit, so you can obviously go there and find us. And we're on fucking YouTube. So last week's video was not uploaded because of technical difficulty. So when you see that we skipped 165 and went right to 167, mind your business. You know what I mean?
What's with all the questions?
Keep it moving. You know just go back and listen to the audio. I'm sorry you couldn't see, our pretty faces, the homie Spencer's face and the homie Johnny's face scattered in there, in between Wi-Fi problems. But yeah, it just kind of is what it is. I thought that honestly, if I had to edit that together, piece it together, I feel like that the pod came out pretty well, if you ask me. But it's up to y'all, I guess, to tell me. I had some feedback on it. They thought it was pretty funny. But yeah, so you can hit us up there. And if you want to interact with the show, tell us if shit went well. Tell us what didn't went well. If you like, yo, I thought y'all had a point on this, or y'all was bugging, or maybe y'all should have brought up this, make sure you hit us up on social media, man. On Facebook, we're just the Bucket Up Podcast, and then on Instagram, we're at the Bucket Hat Boys. We've been, dropping fun things, reels and shit like that. And then on Twitter, we're at, the Bucket Up
Pod.
Oh no, we're at Bucket Up Podcast.
Yeah,
and then,
Bucket Up Podcast.
I've been saying I would make us a TikTok at some point, but I'm getting to it at some point. Maybe
TikTok.
We'll throw the content on there because it's like we not the youngins, so we not trying to be on there wild.
I gotta learn how to edit.
We should do it. We got to do it because apparently it's like easier to go viral on TikTok or wherever the fuck it is. So it's just like it's just more reach for the show.
Which is
Eventually we'll probably be on there. So if you want to, for some reason, get with us on there. If you're like, one of the young folks, I know I'll be on TikTok every now and then. There's some cool shit on there. There's also a lot of kind of wild shit and dancing like airplane traffic controllers. But it be what it is. Yep. That's you can't for the audio folks. Jesse's
doing my bad. I was
dancing right now. Yeah. You got to describe that for them. But yeah, so
and it's 1, 2, 3. That's all.
Yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, make sure you hit us up on there. Any of those, interact with the show. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, man. For the Bucket Hat Boys, Bucket Up Podcast, Volume 167. In the Bookingtons, we about to be in the lab. I'm about to be in the bath with some bath bombs. You know what I'm saying? Self-care Sunday. Get yourself ready for the new week. Shouts to my guy for starting his new gig, his new job. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow. Shouts to you, Ty.
Mm-hmm.
Shouts to us for the continuous growth. You know what I'm saying? Steady wins the race. So, but yeah, man. For the Bucket Hat Boys, Volume 167 in the Bookingtons. And we out.
Cheers.